Okay, Paula, I have signed into your dashboard for your WordPress site, and we're going to look at how to make your site better in the eyes of Google. In other words, SEO. SEO stands for Search Engine Optimization. It's really important for that to be a part of what you do on your blog, because basically, unless Google knows what the heck is going on, it's not going to be able to pull up your link when people search for a photographer in your area, which is what you want. So we're going to go to your posts and go to all posts, and we have this one here, for example, Emmeline. We're going to go ahead and click on that. Okay, so first of all, the first thing we see on this page is the title. You originally had Emmeline, What an Angel. I was messing around with this earlier, sorry, but having the words Emmeline and What an Angel in here doesn't tell anything to Google. So in other words, Google has no idea what the heck is going on this page. It's really, really important that you not only keep in mind your human readers, but also Google or other search engines when you're making your title, your links, everything. Because Google doesn't have the ability to look down and see, oh, these are really cute baby pictures, this must be a baby photographer in Mississippi. Yeah, it has no idea what the heck is going on. So we are going to tell Google what is happening on this page. So, for example, I usually put a little in-between indicator like this, or you can do a hyphen or whatever. Keeping the name of the person in there is really nice touch. A lot of photographers will do that, or even if you wanted to keep that What an Angel section, that's fine. But for the section for Google, we're going to need to tell Google what you are doing on this page. Basically, the first thing to think of is, how do you want people to find you? Do you want people in just your hometown to find you? Is there other towns you want to be searched for? Do you want to be, you know, northern Mississippi photographer? That's worth thinking about. When people search for blank, I want them to find me. So you have to fill in the blank. A good general starting point is to put in your town and state, and then add the subject, baby photography, except spell it right. That's a really good starting point, because now immediately Google has a place and a subject. It's also really clear to your readers, and it doesn't, you know, muck up the page at all. It's really direct. The one problem with doing every single tag like this is that I'm willing to bet there's a lot of photographers in Brandon, Mississippi. Usually in any town there's a bunch of different photographers, and especially in big towns, you're competing with them for this search term. In other words, if somebody types in Brandon, Mississippi baby photography, and there's like 500 people using that tag, Google's going to pull up all those results, so you might be buried at the bottom. It's really good to be as descriptive and specific as possible. So if you can use a certain adjective to describe either this session or your work in general, that's going to be better. For example, are you fun and modern? Are you relaxed and vintage? Are you cute, funny, you know, sexy? Anything like that that's more specific, that people are genuinely searching for. So for now, I'll leave it here. That's something for you to think over. You'll have lots of opportunities to use tags like these, so you'll have lots of different options. The next thing we're going to look at is your link section here. Again, Google finds it important what words are used in a link, because Google wants to know what's there. It doesn't want to pull up results for crazy, crazy things. If you're typing in one subject on their search engine, it wants to pull up something that's going to answer that question for you. Otherwise, they don't get advertising money. So in this situation, sorry, I'll slow down a little bit. This button right here will allow you to edit your link. This first part here is always going to be the same. That stays consistent. But this part here you can change for every single post or page. The What an Angel section doesn't tell Google anything, and honestly, even as a person, if they just saw this link, they're not going to know anything about that either. They're going to be like, is this a post about angels? I don't understand what's going on. So we can leave that in the title, because it's a really cute title. Once you pull up the page, it makes sense, but it's not necessary in the link. So I would suggest in the future, just put the name of the person and then a few words describing what is at that link, like baby photography. You generally want to keep it as short and simple as possible. That's really, really important. I'm not going to change this one just because it's already an existing page, and that can kind of mess things up a little bit. So I'm just going to leave it, but in the future, try to take more control of those links. Okay, so now we are going down to the image section here. These are super cute, by the way. I love this one. She is really, really cute, and I love her pearls. But unfortunately, Google has no idea what cute is. Doesn't know it's a baby, doesn't know she's outdoors. All it knows is that it's a picture. So we need to tell Google what this is so that when people are searching for pictures, they're going to find this. So to do that, we're going to click on the picture, and then up in the upper left, there's Edit Image. This shows you all the information that a digital source like a computer or a search engine has about this picture. It's at 100%, and it should be in the center. That's all that it knows, which unfortunately doesn't help at all. So we are going to put in a title, a descriptive title, something that makes sense to humans who read it and also tells Google what is going on in this picture. Putting in the location of the shoe or your location is super important. And then you can put in baby photography. Again, it's better to be as specific as possible, but only you can know what the specific searches are that you want to be found for. So I'm keeping it pretty generic, but try to be more specific if you can. The next section is the alternate text. Just very, very basically, Google is going to lean on this a lot to be able to tell what the heck is going on in the picture. So you can be a little bit more specific to each picture with your alternate text. So you might want to put in what you have on the top, and then you can put in black and white, and then there's some lace in there, so I'm going to throw in lace. It's good to be specific, but keep in mind that whatever you put here, you're going to be found for those search terms. So if you put in like way too much information, like baby outdoors sitting on grass near a tree, people might find you when they search for grass near a tree, which, you know, isn't useful at all because that has nothing to do with what you do. So try to keep it as relevant as possible, but add a little bit more information there. The caption is not necessary. That literally adds like words underneath your picture, which looks kind of gross in a blog post, so leave that empty. The link URL, don't need to worry about that. Don't even think about it. Make sure you hit update. And now when people are going to see your site, when they mouse over, they're going to see what this is. So they immediately get more information. More importantly, Google now knows that this is a picture of a baby taken by a photographer in Brandon, Mississippi, which is important because when people search for a Brandon, Mississippi photographer who shoots babies, Google's going to say, hey, I know one of those, and there's your site. Unfortunately, that means you're going to have to go through all of your pictures and fix that. It's going to be really time-consuming and terrible, but we have all had to do it at some point. So that's your homework for tonight, to really concentrate on getting in those alternate texts for Google for both your titles and your pictures. Try to go through and add those informational posts. That's super cute. Okay, another thing that you can keep in mind if you keep scrolling down is the excerpt section. Let me give you an example of what this is. I'm going to open up a new tab and go to Google and search for, like, whoops, can't spell, Nike shoes. Okay, so the first link that comes up gives us a lot of indications of good SEO. This is the title. It's descriptive to humans and it's descriptive to Google. This is their link. They kept it simple and relevant. This is the excerpt. The excerpt, I cannot say that word, excerpt, as far as I know, is not very important to Google, but it is very important to your human readers. Basically, Google did its job. It pulled up your link like you wanted it to. Now you've got to convince people to click on that link. That's where the excerpt comes in. So on yours, what can you say to make people click on this link? People who are looking for baby photography in your town want to find you. So you need to tell them, hey, I'm what you're looking for. So again, I'm going to put in, for example, we can copy her name here, Emmeline's adorable baby photography session in, I'm just doing copy paste because I'm way too lazy to type everything. Brandon, Mississippi. Big smiles, cute ruffles, mommy's pearls. Okay, the reason I wrote something like this is because it's both descriptive, it tells them exactly what's at the link, but it also gives them a little bit of a tidbit of some specifics to this session. Another nice thing about this is you're kind of viewed as an inspiration for other shoots. So even if they're like, I don't know if I want to hire this photographer, they might look at this information and say, oh, they did a session with Mommy's Pearls. I wonder what that looks like. Maybe I should do that. No matter what photographer I hire, I should look at having my pearls too. So now you've pulled them in to look at the link. Hopefully they'll fall in love with your work and hire you. Whatever you want to type in here is fine. Don't stress about it. Don't overthink it. Just put something simple. You can always go back and change it if you want to. It generally does take a little bit of time to find your voice, to figure out exactly how you want to write things. So don't worry about it too much. Just do it. All right, so that is your homework for today. Go back through your pages and posts and add a descriptive title for Google. Go back through your pictures and add that alternate text and title so that Google knows what's going on, and try to add excerpts as you can as well. In the future, you'll be able to do all of this as you create a blog post, which will be much easier in the long run, but for now you've got to kind of backtrack and fix all of those other things. Once you do that, then Google will begin to be able to use you as an answer when people ask the question, where can I find a baby photographer or family photographer or photographer in Brandon, Mississippi, which is what you want. And don't forget to press update on your page, obviously.